this broadcast. BJP spokesperson Tom Bodakar now with us. Tehseen Poonawalla, political analyst Anirban Banerjee also with us on this broadcast. And Mr. Banerjee, I'd like to begin with you. The TMC so far has been distancing themselves from Mahua Moitra. They have always maintained right from the start that this is not the party stand. These are her personal views. And that is exactly what the BJP is mounting pressure on you for. That if it is not the party view, then why is the party not acting against her?
First of all, the BJP entire Parivar all themselves must first point out what exactly was insult, quote-unquote insult for them, not the Hindus, because they are not the sole harbingers of the Hindu community. What exactly did they feel insult for? They must point that out. What was that particular statement referring to that they are finding it very insultful? Was it the mention of the term meat? Was it the mention of the term alcohol? What exactly? If they say that meat and alcohol, these are hurting our sentiments, I'll tell them that they are completely ignorant about how the worship of Ma Kaali has taken place for centuries, not only in Bengal, but in many parts of India, outside India as well. I'll just mention one name, Swami Vivekananda. Please read his complete work. The complete works of Swami Vivekananda clearly mentions how exactly the worshipping of Ma Kaali has taken place, how it used to be taken, how he used to worship Ma Kaali himself, how Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa they worshipped her, and how many other people, millions of Kali Bhaktos, pay their homage to Ma Kaali in their own way. It is written very clearly that BJP should go through those books first, and only after that should they claim insult. They should not remain so ignorant throughout their entire sad life.
Mr. Banerjee, it's interesting that you invoked Swami Vivekananda and Swami Paramahamsa, because those were the two names that the Prime Minister also invoked this morning when he was talking about Goddess Kaali and the kind of influence the goddess had on these two saints and their lives. And Tom Bodakar, now, there may not have been a direct reference to what's been happening, but the timing of it and the Prime Minister talking about this, that definitely is significant. While Mr. Anirban Banerjee says that it's not just an insult, it's not insult of Hindus as such as claimed by the BJP, because the BJP is not the torchbearer of the entire Hindu community. The Prime Minister today, while speaking at this particular event, he said that Goddess Kaali's light and her blessings are not just there with Bengal, but with the rest of the country as well.
Well, Poonam, the statement of the Prime Minister is indicative of the statesmanship and his national perspective. When he says the blessings of Kaali Ma is with India, he is not talking about a community, he's talking about the entire country. Now, Mr. Anirban Banerjee's complaint is, what is the section or what is the issue that is bothering us? Nothing is bothering us. If you're not bothered, if your leader thinks it is a wrong statement, why is no action being taken? Your leader saying it is a mistake. Now let me repeat, it's a mistake. Then there is an issue about distancing themselves from this. Why? The question is why in capital? Okay. Now the second question here is, you asked us to read the complete works of Swami Vivekananda. I think it's important that you pursue the text yourself for prescribing technical content to us, because you will realize the kind of bhakti that comes out of Vivekananda. This is not about the pursuit of puja or whatever. This is about, emanates from a poster that shows Ma Kaali smoking and holding a flag. The question was related to that. And this member of parliament, who thinks no end of herself, goes
to explain. Now you start to dodge.
No, let me speak. Let me speak at my pace.
Mr. Anirban, I will give you an opportunity to rebut Tom Bodakar. Let him finish. I request all my panelists to not speak over each other. I'll give you enough time. Also, Mr. Bodakar, and to everybody else as well, let's try and steer clear of any personal remarks against anybody on the panel or anyone otherwise as well.
I have not made any. My party has been asked to read Vivekananda complete edition. We have more editions of Vivekananda ji's works, and then you can imagine. Okay, that being another issue. The point here is the poster has not provoked them. It is at a media event that a people's representative talks in those terms. Kaali Ma smoking, holding a flag. I don't even want to mention it. The chief minister says it's a mistake. I repeat, she said it's a mistake. No rectification, no reaction, and then there is this distancing. Why are you scared of Mahua? Is she so important that you are scared as a party to come out and tell her, look, her place? This is not about Bengal. This is about India. If you have a feeling that she has made a mistake, go ahead and act instead of saying, well, you have defender and Mr. Banerjee comes here and gives us advice on what all. Come on.
Right, so Mr.
This
Banerjee,
country has worshipped.
the BJP there saying that if Mamata Banerjee herself has said that mistakes happen, people do make mistakes and mistakes can be rectified. So it is an admission that Mahua Moitra should perhaps have come out and apologized for what she said, that it was a mistake. But we haven't seen anything of that sort coming to the fore from Mahua Moitra. Even today, she took to Twitter right after the Prime Minister spoke and took a wheeled jibe at Amit Malviya and the Prime Minister himself.
Okay, so regarding Amit Malviya's tweet, I again, through Mr. Varakkan here, the representative of the BJP, I asked the troll army in chief as to what exactly was wrong or was insulting, quote-unquote insulting in the statement of Mahua Moitra. What exactly insulted you, sir? I want to ask you, are you telling us that the way Bengalis worship Ma Kaali is wrong? Do you want to tell that to us? Do you want to tell us that in Kaali Ghat, the way puja has taken place for centuries, millions of people from all over the world come there to witness that puja, that is wrong? Do you want to tell us that Krishnananda Agam Bagish, the way he in his Brihad Tantroshar, the name of the book is Brihad Tantroshar, has enumerated the ways to worship Ma Kaali is wrong? Is that what you want to tell us? Will this fake soul harbingers of Hinduism remind us, the people from Bengal and all the millions of Kaali Bhaktas all over the world, that what has been done for centuries is wrong? Let the answer be straight, Mr. Varakkan. Tell us that we have been wrong for centuries. Tell that to us, and only then demand an answer from us.
Mr. Varakkan, before I get you in, I just want to get in Tehseen Poonawalla because right now it just seems like it is your version of a Hindu deity versus mine, your interpretation of a certain text versus mine, and that's really how the BJP and the TMC seem to be playing this out.
At the onset, Ekadashi ki Shubhkamnaएं and Eid Mubarak to you, to all your viewers and to all my fellow panelists. 2 points I want to make, especially to the Bharatiya Janata Party spokesperson, Mr. Tom Vadakkanji. The Bharatiya Janata Party should stop playing the victim card. For 8 years they're in government. If they have a problem with something, go ahead and prosecute it, bring out laws, or go ahead and prosecute Leena. Don't come here on television night after night playing victim card everywhere with everybody and being incapable of doing anything, because we know that you're an incapable government. But here's a specific question for Tom Vadakkanji. Please answer specific questions. Now that your sentiments are so hurt, which it should be, because you all claim to be representatives of Hindus, which you all are not, what action did you take against Naresh Agarwal, who said absolutely derogatory things about Lord Ram on the floor of the House, so much so that Arun Jaitley had to get up and say this man should be arrested? Far from taking action, you took Naresh Agarwal ji in your party, and Mahesh Sharma ji on the floor of the House questioned the birth of Ma Sita. You all gave him a promotion and made him a minister. Aditya Nath ji gave out the caste of Hanuman ji, and you all, instead of taking action against him, made him twice over chief minister. You, of all the people, you, and I mean is Bharatiya Janata Party, are not true representatives either of Hindus or Indias. All you all are thugs of Hindustan.
Mr. Vadakkan, this is just selective. Your outrage is selective to those people who are outside your party. That's the allegation against the BJP.
I do not make personal references. But Mr. Tehseen Poonawalla is a good friend, but I'm still not clear whether he represents the Congress party. If his views of what he is expressing is the views of the Congress party, then I'll answer those questions. Mamata Banerjee, the Chief Minister, says very clearly that the wrong has been done, Mr. Poonawala. Now, if she accepts a wrong has been done, what's your problem? Is 10 Janpath in agreement with Mahua that Sonia Gandhi wants to believe that no injustice has been done? Or do you believe Rahul Gandhi has a different view and Priyanka has a different view? If you are a reflection on the Congress party's view, which I believe you do, and good for you, please tell us what is the Congress's position. They have gone silent on it. The official spokesmen are not speaking. You are targeting incidents in the past, but two wrongs don't make one right. Yes, there must have been mistakes earlier, but if there's a mistakes, there are course corrections to be done. We will take action wherever it is appropriate. But where is the action on Mahua?
So course correction needs to be done, and it needs to be done by all political parties, as the BJP. Tehseen, I'm running out of time. A quick 30-second closing comment coming in for you for the questions that the BJP is raising about the Congress, and the Congress also is divided because we saw Shashi Tharoor and some other people from the Congress come out and back Mahua Moitra, even when her own party was distancing themselves from her, and those people were then left hanging there to by the Congress party, because they too said that, you know, people in positions of power, people in responsible positions must come out and make responsible statements.
I'm so grateful that Tom Vadakanji, a dear friend of mine today, accepted the fault of the Bharatiya Janata Party and has promised to take action on national TV. I hope he follows up on it and his party does. Also, Mr. Tom Vadakan, if you can take action on Riaz Attari, the terrorist in Udaipur who NIA is trying to save by saying there is no connection with Pakistan, and Rajasthan government of Congress has put terror charges. Also clarify to the people who was the murderer and the terrorist in Maharashtra, Amravati. Why was he campaigning to now close to your member of parliament, Navneet Rana ji, and her husband? And why was he campaigning for? Those posts are still on Facebook. Why is it that every act of terror somehow seems to be linked to the Bharatiya Janata Party? Can you please clarify, since you are the official spokesperson? I would like to hear your official views now that you've promised on national TV action will be taken against Mahesh Sharma, Aditya Nath ji and Naresh Agarwal ji for mistakes made in the past, something that BJP had never admitted. Thank you for that.
Can I answer that?
Yes, Mr. Vadakan, 30 seconds.
Mr. Tehseen Poonawala, you're aware of the Batla incident, Batla firing incident where terrorists were shot, and Mrs. Gandhi was weeping. And who said this?
Sir, sir, you talk about this, sir.
Well, you know, I'm talking about the support to terrorism. Okay, I'll give you a historic, I can write a book on the support of terrorism by the Congress party. Where did terrorism start, and who did the groundwork? Even I question this at this juncture, an open challenge. Who are the assassins of Rajiv Gandhi? My question, has the investigation been closed, or is it still on? Terrorism became one topic on which the Congress has a lot to answer. So let's not go to the bylanes of terrorism, which prosecutes the Congress in public view.
May I reply one line? Just one line. May I just get one line to reply?
Yeah, we're really digressing from the subject on this.
Just one line. Just one line to reply.
Yes,
Just one line.
Just
one line. Just one line. Just one line. I will finish by now. Just one line. Tom Vadakan ji, the Congress is bad, soft on terror, everything. But the Congress is out of power. 8 years you are in power. Udaipur has happened now. Amravati has happened now. Please talk, what are you doing rather than playing victim? And that's what I started. You all come on TV and play victim. 8 years you are in power. What have you done? That's what the people are asking. Forget the past. Talk about today.
Answers are being sought from the BJP, like Tehseen says, for everything else that is happening in the country. And answers are also being sought from the TMC and Mamata Banerjee about Mahua Moitra and her comments that came to the fore, that not just the BJP but several other people in the country have also found hurtful, which is why there are several FIRs that have also been filed against her. I thank you all, gentlemen, for joining us here on this broadcast. The political fight over this is only escalating. But as far as the Kaali film is concerned, the controversy is also becoming legal for the filmmaker. But she too continues to not only stand by her poster, she also went on to slam the current situation in the country over the last couple of days. She played the victim card. She came out and said that the constitution of the country was dead and free speech was being muzzled. But there are not too many takers for that claim. Now, Times Now